It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1522, recorded on Thursday, June 11th, 2015. Fake TV, real fun. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we got ways to keep those burglars away, the fastest keyboard in the West, and something to keep you cold but lit. Next on the Giz Wiz.
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now! I hope you are ready for the most fantastic show on the... Oops, hey, there it is again. We are ready to start this show. Let me just tell you.
I am so ready. I am already at minute 17.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're already into the show. We're so ready we've already started.
No, how are you, Sarah? Did you have a good week?
I had a great week. Gosh, this has been one of those weeks that is filled with stress and things that you have to get done so the next weeks will all kind of work out just great. E3 is next week, then I have a small break, and then I am going to London for Minecon a week early, and then I'll be there over the weekend, and then when I get back, I have a small amount of time, and then my dad arrives. And for me, as a YouTuber who makes content, all the time, I'm trying to pre-schedule, trying to figure out stuff, running here, running there, and then
How long are you going to London for?
London, I'm going for Minecon, which is a Minecraft convention, and it should be so fun. It's the one official Minecraft convention. Some years they have it, some years they don't have it. It's on July 4th in London this year. So I'll be flying out to London. So we may have to talk about pre-recording episodes.
Okay, we could do that. We could do that.
And the whole schedule today was just thrown off when I went to the doctor for what I thought was just going to be a prescription refill.
Yes.
It ended up being this humongous wait session. I stayed at the doctor for over 2 hours trying to get my prescriptions refilled.
I think you should get free prescriptions.
Yes, exactly.
It costs so much money?
Yes. Yeah. Please, listen, you made me wait long enough. I want my money back.
Yeah.
This is bad customer service.
But you never got sick from drinking through the life straw, right?
Never did.
That was good. Okay.
But I definitely got sick from waiting around in the office for that long. I definitely got a cold or something. So that's a bummer. But yeah. You did something cool this week.
Boy, well, it's not cool. Mad is moving, and Mad is part of DC Comics, and DC Comics has moved to Burbank, and Mad, fortunately, is going to be staying in Manhattan, and I went up for my final time, and I didn't have a mic with me, so I just used the mic in the camera, but I just shot 2 minutes of video, which we can run, of saying goodbye to 1700 Broadway.
Goodbye.
Dick DeBartolo, Mad's maddest writer, and the Giz Wiz, One Take Theater. And if you've never been to 1700 Broadway, the home of Mad Magazine, you never will be.
No.
We're moving. This desk, this is the desk of the Daily Planet. This room, this was the waiting room where Superman hung out with his 3 phone booths. And this is where Mad is, okay? We had beautiful decorations on the walls. Actually, this stuff looks pretty good itself, all right. And now we're going to walk over to the Mad part of the office, which is down here. You can tell it was the Mad office, right? I think when the people at IBM moved, I don't think they found a lot of dancing dolls. And more stuff. Hey, Ryan. And this is Mad. Whoa.
We will be taking these pictures with us.
Oh, good, good. God, that is so cool. I love seeing kind of the behind the scenes of your favorite stuff. See how they work. See what people have on their desks. This is a little bit late. Oh, look.
Yeah, that's right. This, I don't know who's going to pack this.
And I'll be packing it up and stealing it today.
This is the two showcases with everything Mad ever had their name on. And all the artwork is on the floor and in boxes.
Wow. All right. So you can see we're very serious about keeping this place. And my place as neat as
Black Spice Fried Chicken at the new place already.
So,
Hey, is that me back there?
if you've never been to my office,
Yeah, it is you.
been now,
Look at that.
and Dennis and I are here to pack up my office.
I did win the Alfred E. Newman Neatness Award in 1989.
It's ready. Bye.
Wow, that is
So that
really
was
cool.
packing. Well, you moved from Petaluma to
Sad.
LA.
It's
I mean, we're literally moving less than a block away, but still everything.
yeah,
has to be-
it's
and the
difficult,
amount
and then
of
all the
books.
memories you've ever had in that building.
Yeah,
The amount of
I know.
stuff that you set down and just didn't think it's going to be a big pain in the butt to pick it up, and put it in a box, and move it a few blocks.
Yeah. Well, we had a great big table, and people who didn't want to who didn't want to pack stuff would just go out and put it on the table. So there were a lot of good gadgets for several days in a row that I would run out and just say, "Who wants a so-and-so? Who wants a this? Who wants a barbecue fan? Who wants a crock pot?"
I know. I remember that barbecue fan.
Yeah.
I very much remember the barbecue fan.
One of the movers had it.
Yes, yes. That's we would do that at Twit all the time, but we do it with food. So if you had some sort of food left over, you'd set it on the kitchen table, and it would be gone within like an hour. It would be completely gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not exactly.
Well, that's pretty much the way it is in offices, because there's something to get away from your desk is to go someplace and eat.
Yeah.
So yeah, and sometimes it happens. There'll be a big conference, and they will not eat all the food, and someone will be kind enough to go up to the conference room and bring back all the uneaten food, and then that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. Those corporate events always have like tons, so much food.
I know.
Much food.
I know.
So I got a really cool thing in the mail before we jump into gadgets.
Yes. Okay.
This is. Have you heard of Little Bits?
You know, I saw Little Bits at a press event, and that's where you can make little gadgets. They're magnetic, right?
Right. So Little Bits sent me a box to kind of show off here on the Giz Wiz, and I sat down when this came in. I sat down and played with this for about an hour. Because I heard
you built the entire studio with.
I tried to build a robot. Is actually what I tried to build, but then I realized that it wasn't. That was going to get very difficult, very, 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 very fast. So,
because you only had 7 pieces.
Well, I had all the pieces. This is what's cool. This is the mega kit. This kit has everything. So check this out. See inside.
Whoa!
And I've rearranged
more.
I've rearranged my bits because I pulled them all out, and then I was like, well, maybe all the green ones should go together in one area, and things like that. So it's very simple. It's all modular, and it is magnetic, so it's very easy for children to play with, for adults to play with, for anyone who just kind of wants to jump straight in to play with. It starts off with the battery. This is the power. Everything is kind of color-coded. So you sort of have things that do things or light up or make sounds or move. And then you have ways to sort of change that with capacitors.
Did you say or moo?
Yeah. There's a...
You have a moo?
You have a motor.
Circuit?
Check out
move. I thought you said moo.
Moo. It will moo. It will moo for you. Just for you, Dickie D.
Okay.
And so when you turn it on, there's a little light that comes on.
Okay.
There's some cool things in here that I didn't know that Little Bits had. I've seen Little Bits before. This is one of my favorites. This wire here is like a luminous wire, and it will light up. It is so stinking cool, and there's different ways to have it light up. I can add a little pulse in here. So here this is a little speed timer. Here, let me show that to you there. And it has, not only will it automatically pulse once you set it in there, but you can also adjust the speed. See the little speed adjuster?
Yeah.
It gives you a tiny little screwdriver to aim right in there.
Oh,
sorry about the focus, y'all. And you can adjust the speed of the blink. So if I go in here.
And what color is the wire? Because it's bright in your studio.
Yeah, it's very bright. I apologize.
Is it glowing red?
It's glowing blue. So it's this sort of teal color. And yeah, it's super bright in my studio. So it's very hard to see. I don't know if you can. Oop.
Oh, I can see. Oh, okay.
There you go. And I do. There's 10 times the amount of light that someone should have in a standard room in this studio. So this is much brighter, not in this situation. But that's really cool. And so you see the blinkiness of it.
Yeah.
I can change that speed. Here, let's try something else. This is an RGB LED on here. Can you see that a little bit better?
Yep.
And so I could either change the color of that LED, or I could change the speed. So let me bring the blink up here. So now it's blinking faster.
Bring up the blink.
Blink! Oh my gosh, we'll have a rave in here later with the amount of blinkiness on this. You can bring it down.
Oh, yeah.
And if that isn't your favorite color, you can go in here and I can grab, I'm messing with the green color right now. So we can turn it more green.
That is really
Isn't
neat.
that cool?
So is this aimed at like kids to make them into mini inventors? Or
right. So it's kind of.
You had a lot of fun, right?
You know, hardware. Hardware engineering is not an easy hill to climb, and getting into sort of realizing that different circuit boards and different items can change what happens physically in the world is kind of a great concept to learn very young. It really brings down the barrier of technology. You become much more adept at accepting technology, which I really, really like. So this is a great tool to get children involved in these really cool projects. And they have this booklet that has all sorts of things that you can create. So it's not just here you are and that's it. There's devices you can make. One of my favorites was a buzzer, which I thought you would like. You take this button, you take a button, you put that in between your power source, and you can take a wire. So here's a wire, and we'll unhook that. And they all nicely magnetically fit, so it didn't go that way, so I can easily reapply. And then, which way? See, it's great for hosts too. So hosts don't mess it up. And you can grab another wire, run that wire in between this one and say the buzzer, which makes sound. And where's the buzzer? Here it is. And now whenever you hit the buzzer.
I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer.
Right. And so you could sort of take rubber bands and throw this together and kind of keep this on your arm, go to shake someone, and now you have a buzzer built in. It's just so fun to pick up the little bits, throw them together with different bits, and come up with my own little invention. What I want to do, and what I was kind of thinking, so here's like one way to have neon shoelaces with the neon.
Oh, okay.
And it also has the sound sensor built in, so every time you step, it will turn on or turn off. There's also a latch, so this will be either on or either off, depending on the pulse that the sound trigger gives. It's a really nice way to get into basic sort of technology concepts.
Okay.
One of my favorites,
and this is online or
yeah, so you can go to littlebits.com.
What does one buy with bits?
This is what I eventually want to make. He's a robot man with a moving arm, and he drives around, and he can make sound. Anyway, it looks really, really cool. I haven't even this host hasn't quite gotten to that level of awesome, of sophistication, of Little Bit's amazingness quite yet. So I'm still working on that. Now, what's cool is not only did Little Bit send this over to me, but they have a special offer for you guys. So if you want to go to littlebits.com/gizwiz, you'll get $20 off your first kit. $20 off your first kit if you go to littlebits.com/gizwiz, and you'll also get free shipping. So free shipping and $20 off your first order. I think Little Bits is a perfect gift to give really any child and a few adults in my life as well. So thanks, Little Bits, for sending this over to us and letting us show it off. So let's jump into your first gadget, Dick.
Okay, our first gadget is fake TV. Do you know about fake TV?
Fake TV?
Yes, F-A-K-E, fake TV?
No.
Okay,
No.
fake TV has been around a while. There at the hardware show, I found the 4th version of it. And, well, there's a little... Actually, I kind of invented fake TV.
Did you?
Okay, yeah.
Wait.
Okay, this should
be on the Gadget Warehouse. I invented this.
This should be on the Gadget Warehouse, yeah. I used to have a 50-foot houseboat, which was my office down at the marina. And one year, someone broke into my houseboat during the winter because the marina is very desolate in the winter. And I thought, you know, if you put in a burglar alarm, even if it goes off, there's almost no one around in the winter to hear it. So I thought I have to make the houseboat more lived in. And the houseboat had 2 little marine fireplaces, stainless steel fireplaces with a little like 8x8-inch firebox. And they had doors on them so that if you were actually out in a rough sea with a fire, you could close the steel door so that embers wouldn't fall into the boat. So what I did is I didn't want to leave a TV on night and day. So I lined the fireplace with tin foil, and I put in a set of blinking Christmas lights. And then I opened
You made
the
fake firebox.
Yeah. Well, what it looked like is a TV set was
so
on
cool.
all the time because these lights would blink off the Venetian blinds, and it looked like, well, that was kind of elaborate. So someone invented a way to do that as a burglar deterrent, and this is their commercial. It's a little 1-minute commercial, and you'll get a better idea.
Okay. Oh my God! Here they are, the bad guys.
Yeah, this is right. This is Dick and Chad
Each year,
trying to
one in
raise
every
money.
50 homes gets broken into. That's about 1 per block. But most burglars do not target occupied houses. They would rather break into a home that looks empty and have less risk of getting caught.
These guys are really loose about which house they sack.
Well, now there's an easy way to make your home show signs of life when you're away. It's a new burglar deterrent called Fake TV. Fake TV uses LED lights to make exactly the sort of light a television produces. From outside, it looks like someone must be home watching
And that is
television.
a bright TV.
So while you're away, Fake
That-
TV makes your home look occupied. This makes your home a less appealing target for a break-in. Fake TV costs a lot less than an alarm system, and Fake TV is a lot more convincing than a lamp on a timer. You do not want to be one of the households that experiences a burglar, so don't let your home look like an easy target for burglars. Buy a Fake TV. Protect your home, your possessions, and your peace of mind. Order today.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's fake TV, and
oh wow, we have a
I'm-
broken camera there.
that's so funny. Oh, you know what? It doesn't show up.
It's broken.
I am holding a piece of
So
paper
there
up,
you go.
and it
Oh, it's
doesn't.
too
it
bright?
doesn't it's too bright. It's too
Wow.
bright. Yeah,
That is funny.
So the thing was at the hardware show, the guy was saying that they had come out with a new version of fake TV that was $25. and it used less LEDs and had less brightness than the first fake TV. And it was for people in small apartments who would normally have like a 27-inch TV. But the thing is, when I got home and checked Amazon, the newest version, the $25 version, is on Amazon for $25. And the deluxe version, which is 3 times brighter, does a lot more things, is only $32.
What?
So, yeah, I know. Because they're selling so many of the F11s, they're called.
Wow.
So, and they're very clever. You leave them on all the time. They have a little built-in electric eye that will automatically turn it on when it gets dark. And then the only setting on the deluxe model is 4 hours, 7 hours. And you click it either 4 hours or 7 hours, and it will keep recycling. It's very clever. You see colors bouncing around, then it'll do a fade like it's going to a commercial, then it'll fade back up again, and there'll be some motion.
So,
and
I'm pretty sure
it still looked like a TV.
Yeah. So I actually had a neighbor who had, I don't know if it was this actual fake TV, but he had something like it. And as a kid, I always thought, at first I thought he was always watching the TV, but if you look at it for long enough, I was able to tell the pattern as the kid, and I was like, any burglar is going to be able to walk up to his house and tell that that's not real. And now that I know that it's not real, I know he's broadcasting out the window. Not here. I'm not home. I'm not home. I think if you were talking about how it's kind of going through random colors and doing different fades, it sounds like they've perfected the fake TV.
Yeah. Oh, maybe your friend was in reruns. Maybe
That's what it was.
His fake TV was just doing reruns.
Those I Love Lucy.
You have to get the fake TV that's doing live.
Yeah, current series.
Current shows.
Current series. At least Giz Wiz. It needs to show Giz Wiz.
Exactly.
At least.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Very cool. That is the fake TV, and that comes in at $24 for the
20. Yep. Yeah, but that's the I think it's the F7, but you want the F11. It's all on my website because the F7 it only has 12 LEDs and is for very small apartments, where the F11 is 1150, has 24 or has a lot more LEDs and is 3 times brighter and is just $7 more. So that's what you would want. And the one that's pictured there has been discontinued.
Goodbye. Goodbye, fake TV.
Goodbye.
That's the fake
F10, FT10.
Perfect. What is the next gadget?
The next gadget is, a company said, we are going to send you a keyboard to try that'll blow your socks off. And obviously, you've already used
my
it.
Socks, if we cut to the product shot, they've already been blown off. They're gone.
They've already been blown off. So I shot a little video of the Cherry MX board 6.0.
Wow. Lots of numbers on that one.
Hi, this is Dick DiBartolo.
Oh my gosh.
Mad.
Can I be honest with you, Dick? I love these types of keyboards. Weirder.
Okay.
You're the Maddest Weirder.
Giz Wiz here on One Take Theater. I don't know how to spell theater.
You're a good typer.
On
I'm pretty good.
Biz. Okay, talking about a new keyboard. Just stay on that screen for a minute. I want to show you something. This keyboard, you can hit dozens of keys at once, and it will not jam. Okay? By the way, that is the secret code we use at Mad Magazine when we send messages between the black spy and the white spy. Okay?
It's like the Fibonacci sequence.
Or that means meet you at lunch at noon. Okay? So this is the keyboard. And the lighting in here, it's very funny. The keyboard is beautifully backlit. Each key has a bright red light behind it showing the letter. And we just took a little test video, and it shows up not correctly. So
it shows up kind of orangey pinky when it's really a beautiful red.
so you can go there and see a professional shot of this keyboard. So Cherry, it's from Cherry, made in Germany. Cherry says that the average keyboard takes 20 milliseconds to react to your finger press, and their keyboard takes 1 millisecond, okay? I don't have any way to measure that. I do know that you can type very fast on it. Also, people like the sound of mechanical keyboards.
Love the sound.
And you can hear this. The only thing about the backlighting, as far as I was concerned, is the backlit part is really clear, but the underscore, like the dollar sign, is in a very pale ink. So you sort of have to know that the dollar sign is under the 4 without looking at it. Again, it would be easier if we had more light in this room, but we don't. Another interesting thing, there are 5 keys that if you use them a lot, you can change them to a different color. If you use the Windows key a lot, you hit the Windows key and the Cherry key, and the Windows key can be blue. The same with the function key, the same with the up and down keys. You can make them blue if you want. So that if you use them often, you can see the difference between the red and the blue. This particular keyboard is only red and blue. Cherry makes keyboards that light up in different colors. This is their newest. It's called the MX Board 6.0, all aluminum. It has a rubberized wrist rest. And, you know, if you have it in a drawer, you're not going to be using the wrist rest. But on the desk, you might be using this. And this attaches magnetically, which they tell you in an instruction book to be careful because the front of the keyboard is magnetic. This is going to fall down because we have nothing under it. To be careful here of putting, you know, a flash drive or anything against it. I actually took my watch off because I didn't want to erase any data. So I don't know how strong that magnet is, but I am heeding what the instruction book says. Price is $219. This is Dickie Bartola, Man's Maddest Writer, and the Giz Wiz. One Take Theater here on twit.tv, typing absolutely perfectly. No, don't show that.
1 billion words a minute. That is great. I love these
shows
keyboards.
Up any better.
Oh yeah. That looks pretty good. Now,
okay,
when it turns blue, does that disable the key?
No, that you can. It just highlights the key.
Cool,
you can, if for some reason you want to disable the window key, I'm not quite sure why you want to do that.
Gaming,
but, you know,
gaming, Dick.
Gaming.
Gaming.
They did
Dick.
pitch this. They also did pitch this as
yes.
Why do you want mechanical keys in gaming?
They're just way not. You can feel exactly when you press the key. So if you're trying to reload or switch to a different gun, you know exactly when it happens because it's a much more tactile feel. Also, the travel is faster and the reaction time is faster. So that's a big gaming plus. And then a lot of these keys will have features like disabling the Windows key, because if you're gaming, you accidentally hit the Windows key. If you're in a full screen game, normally by hitting the Windows key, it takes you out of full screen into the desktop where your Windows window pops up and you can start to search. And that's not a feature that gamers want. They want to disable that feature.
Okay.
So a lot of times you can disable the Windows key, or you could disable the Shift key if you're not using that in a game, that sort of thing.
Oh, and someone in the chat room was asking, yes, it does have media keys, so you can control your music with it also. And see, I have no idea about high-tech keyboards. So is like $210 a very high price,
Normal.
or is that normal?
Normal
Okay.
price. Yeah, if I was to go to Corsair or gosh, who else makes keyboards? Rockcat, Cooler Master. There's a lot of keyboard manufacturers. I was just looking for some, and I can't believe that I can't list off 1,000. What's interesting is Cherry, the brand Cherry, is always the key cap manufacturer, or not the key cap, but the key switch manufacturer that everyone uses. So
okay.
Except for
and
Razer.
I remember reading in one of their promotional videos that they have sold 500 million keyboards. They also make an incredible line of keyboards.
yes.
But it's interesting that they sell other manufacturers the components. Is that right?
Exactly, exactly. So almost all of these, like this mechanical keyboard, you'll see Cherry, which is the brand, MX Red. And there's different versions. So there's red, brown, black, blue. I think there's one other that I'm forgetting. But yes, so almost everyone except for Razer. Razer is one of the only companies that I know that makes their own key switches. But almost all the other ones, like Roswell, I think this will tell you which color black. So that's the black type switch. Now, sometimes it might not be Cherry brand, but Cherry has set the precedent of what each color of switch will do. So a red switch doesn't have an audible click or something like that, and the brown switches have a little bit more force, you know, a little bit more force that you have to push behind them. And there's just like every single different type of mechanical keys, so you could get an audible click if you want, so it actually like snaps every single time you push it down, or you could have it so it doesn't do that, but it still gives you sort of a bump once it lands. It's all this is like
wow. How many millisecond typist are you? I'm a 3.2 millisecond type.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The rollover though, where they're talking about how many keys you can press, can be a really big deal because some inexpensive keyboards will only have like a 5-key rollover. So if you're doing a video game that requires you to hold down Alt Shift B and then 1 through 3 at the same time, I don't know how your fingers would do that, but or you're pressing W while you're walking forward or whatever, and it maxes out at its key press limit, then you're done, and you just like keys aren't registering anymore. So that is another sort of pro feature behind.
Yeah, I had one of those slow keyboards where I would finish typing, go get a cup of coffee, and when I would come back, the last 3 letters I had typed would just be getting on the screen.
Right.
Now that was a slow keyboard.
I have a feeling it was like manufactured in France or something. It was just taking its time.
Taking its time, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Le Leisure keyboard.
Yes. Le work keyboard. You've stumbled upon basically the Ferraris of the gaming world. I mean, talk about the gaming peripheral world, in that there's so much customization. There's so much. I just spent about 2 days searching for a 10 keyless, which is a specific type of mechanical keyboard, and I wanted brown or red switches, and I wanted it to be backlit, and it was very difficult. I finally landed on the Corsair, the Corsair K70, I think. So, yeah, it's a big market, and this looks.
Yeah, I wanted one that had fast keys, a fog machine, a fog function, and bubbles.
I was really hoping for the bendy straw option, so that whenever I get tired and I need some drink, just bendy straws out.
You know that little eraser tracking thing that IBM has? Remember, IBM had looked like an eraser head in the middle of a keyboard, and it was actually I think it moved your cursor around the keyboard. You remember
yes, that little nub. Little.
I wanted one of those with a mirrored ball on it.
Right.
That's what I want.
Yes, I want mine to be gold plated with a diamond stud in the middle, please.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So I'm also. I didn't know that Cherry. I knew Cherry is a manufacturer of the key switches. I did not know that they were a manufacturer of keyboards. So
a lot of them.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Okay, so our final gadget. So, what kind of a car do you drive? I know nothing about cars. So
right.
You can make up a name, and I'll say,
I drive a Honda Civic. Civic Standard.
Okay.
It's oldish at this point now. I think it's a 2000.
Is it Bluetooth enabled?
No, it's not.
Okay. So then, this might be for you.
Ooh.
I'm doing travel gadgets for World News Now on ABC, and this is from Kenevo, and it is a Bluetooth adapter kit, but and I was reading that most cars
You're not going to believe this.
after 2006 do have an audio in jack on the radio or the dashboard. Is that true of yours?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You're not going to. I don't know. Should I just say it right now, Dick?
Go ahead.
I've owned this exact product for about 3 years.
Are you serious?
And I use it every day.
Okay, but you don't own this one because I bet you have the old one.
Oh, what does this one do?
I bet you don't have the multi-point. What is the new one?
Aptex supports Apex multi-point connectivity.
Yes,
I don't.
It supports a lot of the new the codecs, whatever the new formats, and it can pair to multiple phones. Now, the press release says 2, but on Amazon, one of the reviews, the guy said I paired it to 4 devices.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is called the that is so funny. You have the Kenevo, the very.
You're right. Gosh darn it! They came out with a new version. I'm looking. It says
I
purchased this order in 2013, in August of 2013.
Right. Okay.
And that's the old
one. But it's
one.
cheaper. You only paid $35.
Yes.
The new one is now the $455, and it adds $15 to it. So it has some new formats and it has multi-pairing.
I'm gonna just anyway. You keep talking about it, Dick. I'm just gonna add this one to my cart.
Are you ordering it?
I'm absolutely ordering it.
Okay. Well, it's very funny because Josh. I have a guest here called Josh, but Josh, who runs our board, told me about what your next gadget is, and I think I want it.
Oh, so really?
I'm gonna order it right after you give your
review.
Really?
That is funny.
Yeah. The BTC 455.
Yeah, my order has been placed.
Okay.
Okay. So tell me. So is that it? Is basically it looked like it had support for A2DP, multiple devices.
Right. Also, did yours have a charging port?
It does.
It does. Okay.
And that's one reason I was like, "There's no way that it looks exactly the same and has the same charging point." I bought this a while back. Yes. I'm glad we're on the cutting edge here, and I was able to buy this because. Okay. So here's the thing. You bought a car. It doesn't have Bluetooth enabled, and it has an aux in. And every single time I'd used to get in my car and I'd pull out the aux cable, plug it into my phone, and it made my car basically like a smart car where I could ask Siri for directions and play music and whatnot. And I thought, Bluetooth works. There should be a thing that plugs in. So I found this. I bought it. There was a few different options on the market at the time. And that's you step in the car. It automatically
recognizes
pairs.
it right away.
It recognizes it automatically. It automatically pairs. I have it set so it is right. It has a little pad that you stick onto your car. I've never removed it, so I don't know if the removal process is going to be ugly or not.
That's a little pad. Okay.
Yeah. Right. And I have it right next to my emergency brake on the floor. So if I was to grasp my emergency brake, all I have to do is do this. And I can hit the button on the top, and that'll play pause, answer, or end calls. If you click and hold, it'll activate Siri. And it also has 2 buttons on the top where you could go next or previous track with whatever you're listening to. It literally makes your dumb car a smart car. It is so cool.
There you go. It's a smart car for $49.99. Or
man.
If you only have one phone and you think you'll never pair anything else to it, you can get the older model BTC 450, which is currently $35, so about $15 less.
Man, I'm so glad that you brought that up because I have the newest phone, supports A2DP. I'm going to enjoy all the HD streaming audio.
You see, you're lucky because you have the car and you only had to spend $35 to buy this.
I know! That's how I feel.
I have this, and now I need to spend $30,000 to get a car.
To buy a car, yeah.
Yeah, so I have something to put. Otherwise, I have no use for this. Or I should have just sent you this before you ordered it.
Oh yeah, probably.
Anyway.
Well, whatever. It's fine.
Anyway.
What's cool though is that I just got to upgrade a piece of my car for $50. try to do that at any dealership. Try to go in and get any embedded radio system upgraded at a dealership. You know what I'm saying is, I just, because it's a peripheral, I could replace it for $50. If it had been built into my car from when I bought it, I would be stuck. There's no way that I would. That's right. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is a cool gadget. This is the coolest gadget ever. And now we're gonna go to the crappiest gadget ever.
Oh yeah, now, ladies and gentlemen, so we've had all the good stuff, and even though we have one camera missing,
but you might want
it's time. I kind of stepped on your intro there. Sorry about that.
No problem. Chad is now back at the Brick House, and now he's back in L.A.
Whew.
The Time Warp Curtains.
Time Warp Curtain. It's a magical curtain. Some people have magical wardrobes. I have a magical curtain.
Nice.
So we are moving forward on outdoor gadgets. These gadgets are for out and about.
Theme for the month as picked by the producers of the show.
Perfect. At the producers on Patreon. Thank you so much. And I was thinking, what do you do when you go outdoors? You picnic. Okay? And you picnic or camp or whatever. And I remember many times on any of these events, the thing you have to bring is the cooler. The cooler has to come with you to keep all the food fresh, to make sure you keep animals and bugs out of it. And, of course, if you want ice for your drinks or anything like that, you need the cooler. It's the staple of the outdoor activity.
Wow.
Right?
I just thought it was something you brought with you. But it's a staple of outdoor activities.
It really is. I mean, I'm selling this. This is
going to be you should work for Coleman.
It has Bluetooth 4 enabled. No, I'm just kidding. So one issue that I've always had whenever we're either out and about camping, mostly in that scenario, is that when you go to the cooler and you open up the lid, the cooler is kind of the perfect receptacle to block all light. It has lots here. I have a. Oh wow! I just realized there's a phone number on this. If lost, please return to this phone number. Let's remove that. There we go. So.
Twit TV, does it return to Twit TV?
It has my old home phone number on it.
Oh, okay.
So you can imagine that the cooler is, whoops, that's the PC. Here we go. It kind of blocks all light because of all of its walls. So introducing the cooler light by Coggles. I don't know.
Okay. Cooler light's good enough.
Cooler light. Yeah, there we go. We figured it out. So it's pretty simple. You're going to attach this to the top of your cooler. It has a little pad right here that it would attach to your cooler. And then inside of here are the batteries. And it comes with them. They are little batteries in there.
Oh, 3 of them. Okay.
3 little batteries.
Right,
so pull this out.
To activate it.
There we go. And now it has been activated. So, what's interesting is that this has... Now, unfortunately, I wish I had a better cooler to show off. But, because this one, the lid...
Oh, I see, yes.
The lid
this is more for a cooler that the lid...
Right. I kind of need something to show off on here. But the idea is that this would attach to the top of the lid. And if you notice, as it's down, like this, it's off. But as the lid would open, the cooler lighter turns on.
I see.
Yeah. Isn't that neat? Okay, here, let me see if I can turn off the studio lights here for just a second to show off here. Let's go to...
Where does the sticky thing go? On that clear plastic part?
The sticky thing on the clear plastic part would go onto the top of a cooler. So it would attach to the lid of the cooler, and it would kind of just stick there kind of forever.
Okay, because I have a dock box at the marina, and that's actually what I was thinking of using it for. So when you open the dock box, you could see what was in there at night.
What's in a dock box?
A dock box is your extra lines, maybe a spare propeller.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it has a lid that opens.
Yeah, it does.
This will work. So, okay, let's go to the product shot. Imagine you're camping. This is you get a little bit of light from the campfire, but you can't quite see what's inside of the cooler. So you open the lid, And there you go.
Ooh.
Now you can simply
Everything's gone.
Exactly. And once you close the lid, the light automatically
that's
turns
a good
off
demo.
because
That's a
of...
good demo.
Yeah. So that is the cooler light. And the other good news is that it is pretty inexpensive because it's just a single LED. It doesn't cost too much. So it cost $6.99. And of course, if you are a Prime member, like I know most of our audience is, you'll get that with free shipping to any of the Prime locations in America, which is kind of nice.
I am buying 2 of those. Also, I like the fact that that plastic thing makes the light spread further.
Right.
It looks like the light shines through that plastic.
Yes, it does. It does. It diffuses the light just a bit. And you can see it's sort of attached to the top of that cooler right there.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Just like that. One thing I would like to see, LEDs will last forever, and they don't take up much power, but these internal batteries in here, I wonder how long they'll last. I might be able to read an Amazon review real fast.
Oh, yeah. What kind of reviews did it get?
It got really good reviews at 3.5 stars. I mean, that's okay reviews, I guess. And we have a few 1 stars. That's about average, I would say. Great for camping, saved me time and money. Works nicely. However, if the cooler isn't resting completely flat, it'll turn on and when the cooler is closed, which is true. It is pretty sensitive.
Wait, say that again. If the cooler is...
if the cooler is laying flat, it'll be turned off. But if it's just a little bit on the side, the whole light will turn on.
So is there a mercury switch in there? What is?
Oh, it's just I can actually feel it. It's there's like almost like a little pin in there
that rolls back and forth and makes a contact.
Yeah, I can hear it click. Like, listen.
Oh, I hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the mechanism, but I don't see anything actually moving. But basically, there's a little dangly bit that if it's resting on it, it's off, and once it comes, once it's not resting anymore, the circuit is open, so it'll turn on.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I liked it, and I think this is.
I like it. $7. That's
$7.
That's good. Yeah.
A small little gadget. And that is the crappy corner. So let's move on to the warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
What do you got?
And our letter is from Julian Kemp, K-E-M-P. Hi, Dick and Chad. Here's a link to my Gadget Warehouse video I made of my friend Ian Kirkby, K-I-R-K-B-Y, demonstrating the Rondinex 35U, a complete dark room in a box. I hope you have a chance to show the video. We're both big fans of the show. All the best, Julian Kemp. And Julian, we are indeed going to show your Gadget Warehouse viewer video.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hello, Chad and Dickie D. My name's Ian Kirkby, and I have an item for your Gadget Warehouse. So I'd like to introduce you now to a very cherished item of mine, the Rondinex 35U, which was made by Agfa. I believe dates to around somewhere in the 1960s. This was passed on to me by my dad, who was
1960s. Wow.
Photography was his hobby. And what's it got to do with photography, I hear you ask? Well, let's take a look inside the box. So if we take this off, as you see, it's been kept very well. There's the manual. Now, one of the most cumbersome parts of developing 35mm film was, of course, getting under the stairs. This is mainly for the amateur photographer, getting under the stairs and having to take everything out in the dark and roll it round the little drum and get the swizzle stick in.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah.
So, the clever
I
boffins
knew someone who
at
took
Agfa
photography in
came
college,
up with
and
the
I'd go to the
Rondodax
black
35U.
dark
As you can see, it's a nice, neat little box, and the way it worked was this. You took the lid off, and you took your film canister, there's your 35mm film canister, and that used to just drop in there like that, and you'd lock that in there on the number 2 switch. Now, the end of the film there, what you'd do is you'd spool that out. And, just get hold
Oh
of
my
that.
God, this is like.
Can you imagine doing this without this
This
contraption?
little clip here, you clip that onto the film, snap that in, and get that. There's your little leader slide, and the film would start to spool around the spool there. So once you got it started, you'd replace the lid, obviously not as badly as that, and then simply carry on turning this handle here, which would spool the film round in perfect position on the spool, and then once you felt the tension of it lock, come to the end of the film, go around the back here, and there's a little splicer which you'd just do that with.
Oh, wow.
And it would chop the film off. So you then had a completely free rotating spool inside. So you had a little thermometer reading just to make sure all of your chemicals were of the correct temperature for processing. Nice little feature here just to show you how much film you had in, what exposure it was, 12, 24 or 36 back in the day when you could get all of those exposures. And you'd simply pour your chemicals down this little entrance here. So you'd pour in your developer and spool it round, obviously pertaining to your desired development times. Then once you'd done that, you tip it out, and then you drop in your fix. Again, spool it round to the relevant time for the exposure and everything you wanted. Pour it out, and finally pour in your stop and wash and spool it round. And that was it. And then eventually, after all that, you take your top back off. Just undo this little screw here, and you take that off, and then you'd have a roll of beautifully developed film which could then unwind and it'd come off your spool, clip on the top peg, on your line, and it dries. And that, gentlemen, is the Rondodax 35.
Wow.
That is, you have. I remember watching my friend. I would go over after my summer class, and she was taking a summer school class in photography, and we would go in and we would do that whole process in a dark room, and that makes it a lot easier, a ton.
Yes.
That's amazing, amazing. Film
So
is stupid. Why do we ever use film?
Yeah. I don't think we do anymore.
No, I went to Cinegear, which is a cinematographer gear conference, and we're seeing all the digital stuff. And then we went to a booth, and they had a Panavision film camera, and they were teaching people how to reload the big film reels from one to another, and it was just like, oh my gosh, because there's also so much guesswork not guesswork, I mean, of precision, knowing exactly how much light you need.
These are Panavision movie cameras?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and
Wow.
you would just need to know exactly how much light in an area. And I remember taking lighting for film in college, and you could see through the viewfinder, but what you saw through the viewfinder was not what the film would pick up, because you could have a specific film for a specific different type of lighting or dynamic range. And you wouldn't know exactly what would be developed once you had taken it. And it was just like, how did we ever make amazing motion pictures like some of the classic movies with this type of technology? Now, you look at a screen, as long as the screen is color balanced, you figure out what you want the shot to look like and hit record. And it's gone. It's done. It's amazing. It's amazing how far technology has come.
No, it is. It
Cool,
is.
very, very cool warehouse. Julian. Very cool.
Yeah, Julian. So we're still looking for videos. If you have a video, we love old stuff. That's our favorite kind. Just make a video 2 to 3 minutes and put it on YouTube. Send us the link, and our email address is mail@gizwiz.tv. And it can be my favorite gadget. I bought a piece of crap. If you got something that you really hate, we won't get your money back, but you can get a lot of venom out in your video. Or I invented this, or as Julian did, finding a friend who has a great invention that you can demonstrate here. Just put it on YouTube and send us the link at mail@gizwiz.tv. And you'll get, I think Julian might be overseas, so I'll have to see if I can sneak a Mad to him through the mail room. You'll get a Mad magazine and a 35-year-old Alfred E. Newman picture. So send us your videos.
Perfect. I guess it's time for the letter. Oh, wait, that's my cue. Oh. We got letter and Giz Wiz. Let's start again with just the letter.
Here come the letters, the lovely letters. Here come the Giz Wiz letters. Here come the Giz Wiz letters. Here come the Giz Wiz letters now.
Love it.
And our letter comes from Steve Bishop, who says, Dick and Chad, I want to write and say congratulations on the new start. A few months back, I came across Twit TV, began watching Leo and the Gang and the Giz Wiz show. Then when I heard you're going to be moving, I was worried I wouldn't be able to watch anymore. I'm excited I can subscribe to your show via YouTube. I just watched your first show at your new location, and the two of you entertain me and make me smile. Thanks for your hard work. Chad, you did a great job setting everything up.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. I have some shows to catch up on. Steve Bishop.
We've only had one camera fail so far.
Yeah, today's been not a bad day. We're slowly working out the kinks. And then one day we'll put in some entertainment value, but that's down the road.
Listen, okay, a few more episodes. We'll finally throw back in the funness and the entertainment. That's right. But for now, it's just serious gadgets all the time.
Exactly.
All the time. That's fantastic. I love hearing from people.
Yeah, and look at it.
We didn't let anyone down. It was great.
One that we didn't write ourselves. Go figure.
Weird. I know. No, gosh. You know, I've found now that when I write letters to myself, I use the scheduling feature, so I forget that I wrote the letter to myself, and it feels more genuine when it comes in.
That's a great idea. Yeah, because I some of them went to our mailbox, and when you said "Dear me,"
oh yes,
I think God,
yeah, that was a new mistake.
Say, "Dear Chad."
I know, I know, and I also found out that I probably shouldn't sign them Chad. That will also tip me off. I found out. So
especially OMG Chad.
Exactly.
That was a dead giveaway.
Yeah,
and that OMC Chad was not a big enough disguise. I knew right away.
I thought, it'd be subtle but still different, but really it wasn't nearly as much.
No.
I need to use WTF Chad from now on. So yeah.
That's good.
Make sure that you play What the Heck Is It at GizWiz.biz. By the way, if I haven't mentioned, GizWiz.biz is a perfect place to find all the show notes to all of the gadgets. And you can go to GizWiz.tv and click on the name of the gadget, and it'll take you to the article that Dick has written about each of these gadgets. So really a great resource. But also here is What the Heck Is It? So click that banner right there, and you'll be taken to the gadget of the dual month, which is this. We got to figure out what the heck is this thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I know exactly what it is.
Really?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Now this is a relic. Back in the day, Now we have a lot of revisions to this product. It is almost unnoticeable from the old product to the new product. This is a key. You have keys now that are slim and thin, and I mean, it's like Apple products now. They're so small. But this was one of the first keys ever made, and you can buy it now if you want. You can see that this is where all the little dimples go to make sure that's the right key. And you turn it, and the door opens. It's amazing how far technology has come. It's really, really, really amazing. So make sure you get in your answers, because there are 12 Mad magazines for correct answers, but 24 for cute, silly, interesting, and adorable answers. So get a guessing. And here's what you're playing for: a Mad magazine signed by Dick himself. The Minion version. That is one creepy looking Minion. These other Minions do not approve. It's pretty apparent. And then also, don't forget, you can watch us live. We're at gizwiz.tv, where if you go there and we're live, we'll be right there on the front page. It's amazing how technology works now. And we can actually see it. Here we are. Look, this is us. I was just looking at that. And down here is links to subscribe in iTunes or just the RSS player, or on YouTube as well. Also links to join our chat room during the live performance, or you could just use this right here to join the chat room. All of our previous episodes are in here, and if you click on the name of any of these gadgets, look at this, it takes you right to Dick's write-up about it, which is fantastic. And also a link for you to find it on the internet if you want to buy it. And then finally, we have to give a big shout out to all of our Patreon patrons. How many do we have right now? 377 patrons with $814 per episode. That is amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. Your generosity is amazing. I think Dick puts it best. It doesn't pay the bills, but it helps to pay the bills.
We lose less money.
We lose less money. Perfect. Yes. Which is fantastic.
Yes, I spend more money finding gadgets than I make, but it's fun. So what can I say?
It's fantastic. So I guess we will see you next week. Oh, next week on the Giz Wiz, we will be a day early, right?
Yes.
Day early, same time.
There are two events on Thursday, a PepCom and another event. So we're taping 7:30 Wednesday night next week.
Perfect. Hope to see you all there on Wednesday. See you then next week. Bye.
I'll be here.